What's up, sports bettors? It's Matt Modi with OddsJam, and for this video, you guys know the drill by now. I got some NBA player props for you guys. So despite getting absolutely hammered recently, down $475 in the past 5 days, still up a measly $15, 0.6% ROI. It's been really rough. Of course, the first about 10 days I was doing this, I was up almost $500 in 10 days. So it was bound to have a cold streak. I was hoping it wasn't going to be as aggressive as it's been, but I understand these things happen in sports betting. There's ebbs and there's flows. Sometimes everything seems to be going great at once. Just like that, everything seems to be going terrible at once. These things happen. Everything evens out over time. And the way I go about finding all of these player prop bets that generally I have success with, I get from the OddsJam positive expected value page. So what I want you to do is check out the description of this video. You'll see a link to a bunch of calendars, including myself. If you want to learn just any type of sports betting knowledge, or specifically how to use the OddsJam software, what you can do is schedule a call using that calendar. We'll basically give you a sports betting tutorial. We'll give you an OddsJam specific tutorial as well. So even though I've been getting hammered recently, had one of my worst weeks so far, I can still see that I'm up just under 12 grand overall, about 7.5% ROI, and this is all from OddsJam. So if you sign up, if you click that link and you schedule a call with us, it could be really beneficial to you. So like I said, all these bets I get from the OddsJam positive expected value page. The way in which positive EV works, I'll give a brief recap for those of you who might be new here. So this OddsJam line you see here is pulled from the sharpest bookmaker in the world, the most accurate bookmaker in the world. So these lines are generally assumed to be the true line for how markets should be priced. And then, of course, what you need to do is remove the VIG, which is what this no VIG odds column is. The VIG is essentially just the juice that sportsbooks price odds themselves. It's the way that they make their money. They don't charge a transaction fee. Instead, they just charge the juice because they need to make their money. So it's important to remove the VIG, and then anywhere in which you're getting more favorable odds on another sportsbook is going to have positive expected value associated with it. This market width here is a way to determine confidence in the line. The lower numbers, the better. For anything regarding player props, I mostly only touch anything 40 cents and below. If you do want to go above 40 cents, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you do, I would put a lower amount of money on that one. Like for this Grant Williams one, if you just really like it, I would put a little bit less money on it. But yeah, anything below 40 cents is a play. Luckily, it's calculated for you here. And what I also like to do when I'm betting player props is look into the markets themselves. So this Grant Williams play, I'm betting it at plus 150 on Caesars. The OddsJam line has it at plus 114. The other books have it around plus 140. So to me, this signifies that the OddsJam line might have it incorrectly priced here as opposed to the other three sports books. So this one I'm actually going to avoid. But one bet that I really did like that I want to get in before the odds change on me is this Jason Tatum over 6.5 rebounds. With Al Horford most likely out, with Marcus Smart questionable, maybe he'll play, but he might still be banged up with the foot sprain. You don't want to mess with foot sprains. Tatum's going to have to put in more emphasis specifically on rebounding. He went over this prop in game 1 with 8 rebounds, and I think he'll go over it again. So getting it at even money plus 100 is incredible value. So I'm going to go ahead and take this on Caesars because I have the most money in Caesars. I'm going to put 75 on it because I believe that's what my calculator is going to tell me to do. Yep, 75. So this calculator is called the Kelly Criterion method. It's really helpful in terms of pricing bets. The way it works is it takes the odds that you're betting it at, it takes the win percentage of the bet itself, and this win percentage is taken from the OddsJam perfect line no VIG odds. One little secret about sports betting is whenever sportsbooks price odds, all they're doing is assigning a probability that they think that bet occurs. So this one they think has a 53% chance of hitting. So I need to go to Caesars. I want to lock this in. So it's Tatum over 6.5 rebounds plus 100. Perfect. It didn't change on me. This one I was going to put 75 on it. Place bet, and we're good to go there. So now I wanted to add this to my bet tracker, which is really nice. You just click this little button here, pulls up this screen. The OddsJam bet tracker is something that is actually it's free to use, which is really nice. So let me click save, make sure it's there. Yeah, so the OddsJam bet tracker, like I said, it's completely free to use, which is nice. As a sports bettor, that odds screen, or my home screen I showed you here, this is all pulled from the OddsJam bet tracker. It's incredibly important to understand whether you're profitable or not. And I also like to see the profit over time. So horrible weeks like this, 2 weeks in a row like this, don't just totally deter me, because the most likely scenario with really bad weeks is that it's just that. It's a bad week as opposed to a bad process when you see significantly higher, significantly more weeks that are up. And this all comes from the bet tracker. So it tells you what percent of your bets beat the closing line. Anything over 50%, you'll be profitable. Anything over 70 is good. I was actually at 75% and then had some down weeks, which is now you see this at 72. So hoping to get that number back up. And then also it auto grades your bets for you. So everything you see pending here, the OddsJam bet tracker will auto grade it for you, which is really nice because for me, over the course of a day, I'm taking a lot of positive expected value plays. So it's nice that I don't have to manually go in and mark them as won or lost. So first play, Jason Tatum over 6.5 rebounds. If we look into the markets, the OddsJam line has it at minus 131. The other books have it closer to even money. So this one was actually less of a pricing discrepancy, but because it was such a high value at 6% and it was within market width, I decided to take it. I still do think it's a good bet, which is why I decided to lock this one in. The other one that I really liked was Robert Williams to go over 1.5 assists. So Robert Williams was awesome in game one. He played really well, and he finished with, but he only finished with just 1 assist. So if you click into the markets here, we see there's only one other book that has pricing for it, and that's BetMGM at plus 105. The other books looks like they don't have pricing for it yet, but I still do think this is a good bet. Robert Williams, like I said, he only had 1 in game 1, but I do think they're going to rely on him more, and he just needs to get 2. So this one is a little bit of a lesser wager because it's not as high positive expected value. So this is just a $55 bet. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this one in as well. Robert Williams over 1.5 assists, $55. Place bet, so I'm good there. That's my second bet. So now let me just add this to my bet tracker. Now I want to see if I can find one for the Heat, because that's 2 bets, both for the Celtics. Let me see if I can find a Heat one. Unfortunately, none of these above 5% are Heat players. They're all Celtics. But if I can see, it looks like this one is not within market width. So as I was scrolling, unfortunately, I didn't find any Heat ones that I liked. PJ Tucker is playing such a big role that I'm worried that he's going to, at home, he makes more corner threes. He might get some rebounds. So fading him, especially the odds, aren't great at minus 125. This one, all 4 books have it at plus 100, so I already know it's not going to be a discrepancy. The one that I wanted to highlight was this Robert Williams over 19.5 points, rebounds, assists. So I'm already taking his assists, but that's only 1.5. So he could hit the points, rebounds, assist and miss the assist one solo. So I wanted to click in, see how this one looks in terms of the other markets. And this one I like. So the OddsJam line prices it at minus 146. FanDuel has it closer to the OddsJam line. Caesars has it a little bit in the middle, mostly closer to BetMGM. But the reason why I like this one is because 2 books actually price this above, in terms of the total, 1 point above what I'd be getting it at BetMGM at minus 115. So this one I do think has some value to it. So according to the calculator, it's a $55 bet. So let me go to BetMGM, lock this one in for $55. It was points, rebounds, assists, Robert Williams over 19.5. So let me lock this one in for $55, and then I will go ahead, add all 3 of these. Let me just make sure this closes. Add all three of these to my spreadsheet here, and then I will skedaddle on out of here. All right, and there we have it. All 3 have been added here. Tatum over 6.5 rebounds, 2 Robert Williams overs, 1 over 1.5 assists, the other one over 19.5 over 19.5 points, rebounds, assists. All added to the spreadsheet. So I have 185 in pending bets specifically for these player props, hoping that my hot streak or my cold streak will finally end. I can get to a hot streak, but we will see. So if you're tailing these bets, would love to hear it. Really appreciate you guys sticking with me through this 5-day horrible player prop streak. So like I said, if you're tailing, would love to hear it. Hit me up at my Twitter handle. You see it on the screen here. You can also comment on the video. Let me know you're tailing that way. Other than that, would appreciate if you could like the video and subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel. And then, of course, go to the oddsjam.com website, sign up for a free trial on the website, and then schedule a call with myself or any one of our other sports betting experts so we can teach you, despite the recent cold streak, how the strategies that go behind profiting over 12 grand, about 12 grand using OddsJam. But that's all I got for you. So thanks for watching and have a good one.